Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the first 2 weeks of May 2019. Oh my goodness, yes, we are in May. This is the Akashic Tarot, and I'll use the After Tarot for clarification. And we're doing a little bit different this time, and we will keep it under 20 minutes, all right? That's a promise. Unless Spirit decides, I got much to say. And thank you so much, Pisces, for your continued support. I truly do appreciate it. Trying to expand and reach as many people as possible here. I'm still new, so I appreciate your support. We have some jumpers for you, but we are not ready. Spirit, what guidance, message do you have for us, Pisces friends? Guidance message for our Pisces friends. And these cards are pre-shuffles as usual, folks. Just doing a little more shuffling on camera because a lot of people like to see it. Guidance message for Pisces friends. Alright, Pisces, here we go. Alright. And we have the Oracle of Delphi, the first card, the King of Keys, and the King of Forces. Wow, strong energies for you here, Pisces. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Keys, the treasure. The treasure. Wow, what are we contemplating here? But this card is interesting. It's peeled all over, right? The treasure, it's as if the treasure has been found, right? That's one way we can interpret this card here. Has it been found? That thing, it seems, the chest seems empty. There's only a few things left on the floorboard here. Has the treasure been found? Was it by you, or you just walked home and you realized that, oh my gosh, someone came in and took my most prized treasure, right? But at the beginning here, what we have the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi is what starts this deck, okay? This is the first card of the deck. This is talking about like you being the Oracle here, Pisces, or perhaps you're coming into an understanding that you have abilities, okay? And that it's one of those things, having that card, that treasure card at the bottom here, and it's this is the one and this is the two. It's almost as if you're understanding that you are the Oracle, right, Pisces? Because Pisces are very spiritual. You're a very spiritual sign. You go very deep, Pisces. You go very deep. Whether you practice spirituality or not, it's in you. That's your gift. That's almost like your treasure. That's like your blessing from the divine. Okay? So perhaps you're understanding now you have those abilities, and you're learning now to tap into them. Okay? And that's a new beginning for you with that one. To listen to your intuition and to start paying attention to how you perceive things and how you interpret things, and that it's not just coming from your mind, it's also coming from another place, right? I'm going to take some clarification on all these cards for you guys. And we have the King of Keys. The King of Keys is that guy. This is a career guy, right? Or woman. We have two kings here. Okay, and there's a sense of competition when you have like those two kings. And the King of Keys is all about career, like a skilled, a skilled man, could also be an entrepreneur. So, and we also have the King of Forces. The King of Forces here is almost like the King of Earth, right? A king who knows how to use the natural law, how to use the nature, right? Everything earthly to create abundance, if you will, to manifest their will, to manifest their dream. Okay, the King of Forces knows how to use the natural, the nature around them, the natural aspect, and the elements: air, fire, earth, water. Right? That's the King of Forces. Perhaps it's you now, Pisces, you're coming to understanding here. Your biggest treasure is you being the Oracle. That's you're born to be the Oracle, and using these forces, you being that King of Forces, understanding how you can use the elements to your benefit, so you can create yourself the career that you want. So you can create for yourself perhaps a whole new industry, okay? and then you will be on top. Okay, and here let's get this clarification. Spirit, please tell us a little bit more about that Oracle of Delphi for Pisces. Some clarification on the Oracle of Delphi for Pisces, Spirit. Some clarification. And just, I don't know why it just came to me to remind you guys, like, I am an intuitive reader, okay? And I don't know why it's coming into my head right now to tell you, Pisces, and that I don't just read the cards. Message flows through me, and part of being a reader is always understanding and listening to your own intuition and to listen to those messages. And perhaps you understand that for yourself, Pisces, or perhaps as you're watching this reading, perhaps you read it yourself, you're like, what is she saying? And I just felt like I needed to say that. I don't know why. But here we have the Five of Swords and the Hangman to clarify that number one, the Oracle of Delphi here. So there's a sense as if the five of Swords, there's a sense is a card of conflict, and a lot of times it's just mental conflict, right? We have two people walking away, and he's standing there victorious, holding the swords, and they literally just dropped their swords on the ground and just walked away. It's almost like an empty victory, right? It's well, perhaps not empty. The clouds are like hovering over him in the sky, but he's getting a sense of satisfaction out of it regardless. And the Five of Swords, sometimes it could be that there was never a battle here to begin with, right? He's getting a sense of satisfaction, but good for you. But there was never a battle. These two people walking away never actually put up a fight per se. So perhaps that battle, that conflict, it was all in your mind, right? If no one is picking up their swords and fighting you and just walking away and just giving up, so what kind of victory is that? How satisfying can that victory be? So perhaps that battle, the Hangman is a card of initiation. The Hangman is a card of going to all the steps, right? And making all the sacrifices that are necessary to achieve enlightenment, to gain enlightenment, or to understanding that higher level of awareness that's already within. So it's as if you were like mentally conflicted. You're conflicted. The confliction here seems like it was within yourself. The conflict was within yourself as to which do I honor this intuitive knowledge that I know? Do I honor this? Do I make the sacrifices to nurture this part of myself, to take advantage of this part of myself? Because it's a treasure given to you by the divine, okay? So you're understanding that it's almost like you are conflicted about it. Which way do I go? What do I do? Some clarification on the King of Keys here for Pisces. And it's as if, like, Pisces, if you don't use that intuition, if you don't use that sense of spirituality that you have, it's almost like no matter how successful that you may be, there will always be something lacking. If you don't use that part of yourself, because it's such a big part of yourself, it's such an integral part of yourself, it's as if there will always be something lacking. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. And here we go, King of Keys. And then we have the Six of Cups. One more, please, on this King of Keys, Spirit, for Pisces. And it landed on the Work Your Light deck. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So for you, Pisces, perhaps becoming that top industry person, maturing in your career and achieving the highest level of achievement here in your career, that was a childhood dream for some of you, right? That was a childhood dream, and that's something that you've been working on. Look, he's looking at that builder, of the building, of the construction here, but who's carrying that heavy load is the child. Okay, and perhaps the reason why you have not pursued this is because that's what you were told to do as a child. You living someone else's dream, perhaps a parent dream. You under the tutelage of someone else that's telling you, no, this is what we want for you, Pisces, and that's what you followed. That's the path you followed. Okay, or perhaps you understanding. Yeah, that's the message that's coming here. You pursued a career into what you believe was expected of you. or something that you held on from childhood. Some clarification on the King of Forces, Spirit, for Pisces. Some clarification on the King of Forces. Clarification on the King of Forces for Pisces. I hope you guys can see the cards clearly. And I can bring this all the way down here, actually. Some clarification on the King of Forces for Pisces, Spirit. King of Forces. The Hierophant, okay? High Priest, right? High Priest who's knowledgeable, High Priest, commitment, High Priest, oh, and the Emperor. Emperor was fighting to come out. So you have now the number 4 and number 5 for the major arcana. Of the major arcanas, and at the bottom, Ace of Swords. Stand in your truth, Pisces. So and be clear about what you want, about your truth. So we have number 4 and number 5 of the major arcanas, the Emperor, I'm sorry, and the Hierophant. So, and they're both in red. Look here. They're both in red. So this is what you're working towards, okay, Pisces? This is what you want. The Hierophant is kind of like the High Priest. The Hierophant is like the Pope. It's a church. It's the institution. It's like that learned person, right? You don't just you want to use your spirituality not just as in that raw form, right? That's passed on to you from the divine, or perhaps it's ancestral gifts. You know, you want to learn the art. You want to be a master of the arts, okay? And by the arts, I mean like of mysticism, to learn the mysteries of the world, to really understand them, because you feel like you need to get that aspect for you to really be able to take advantage of it, for you to become the emperor, for you to really be in that leadership position, for you to really sit at the throne. It's almost as if for some of you, you feel like you haven't sacrificed enough to be the oracle. It's almost like, I don't want to say taking it for granted, excuse me. So you're afraid you may take it for granted. You're afraid that you may not be able to really cultivate that gift if you don't go through that process of being a learned person, to understand it from a conceptual point of view, not just from a intuitive perspective. You want that for yourself, it seems like, Pisces. You understand the treasure. You're not taking it for granted. You don't really want it to be taken away from you. It's as if like you just want to build on it. And I hope you get to do that, because if this is your truth, Pisces, you have to stand on it, okay? This is the Ace of Swords that's at the bottom here. If this is your truth, no matter what anybody else says, you have to stand in your truth. You know what's your truth, okay? You pursued this career, you become this person, or you are pursuing this career, but what you really wanted to is because you really wanted to be that person. You wanted to be to live a childhood dream. But now you understand that you're the master of the forces. You understand that gift that you have, and now you really want to really cultivate it in more of in a formative way, okay? To really learn perhaps the histories of the mysteries, to really learn the ins and outs of the mystical aspect of life, okay? So you can be the emperor, so you really can stand tall, so you can use them to your benefit, the way that you're being called upon to do so. You feel like there's something else you need to do, not just go through that hangman experience, not just the spiritual part. Like you feel like you need to really learn to be knowledgeable about certain things, and that's what you're gonna be working towards. All right, and this is the Whispers of Love or Oracle card. This is the Heart of the Matter. That's the card you pull, and it says here, Pisces, there is more going on than meets the eye. Oh my goodness, how apropos. And I love this card. Look at here. This child seems like he's laying in the bosom of the cosmos, right? Angels are flying over. There's all kind of things happening, right? We have planets here. We have everything happening. And he's just sleeping, right? It's like a sleeping giant sitting there that people may not be aware of, Pisces, in you. There's a sleeping giant. because you already know that gift you have. The conflict is, do I take advantage of it? Do I nurture it? Do I learn? Do I really learn it and pursue this as a career? Do I really pursue this to be really present myself as an intellectual, to present myself as a elder in that industry, to really present myself like, to like, what do I do? There is more than meets the eyes here. You're not just this little woman. Oh, I'm an oracle because I have psychic gifts. I got dreams. I spirit is with me. I understand. I feel energy. I can see auras. You're not, I can read the tarot. There's more than meets the eyes here. You literally laying in the bosom of the universe. Whatever you want is yours, Pisces. You are the master of the forces in this realm. And yet here you are laying as a child in the bosom of the universe. You came from a deer. Number 22, 2, union, duality. As above, so below. You are as comfortable as at home in the cosmos. Can you see? Let me put this card closer. As at home, laying there in the middle of the cosmos with the planets flying around you, the angels reaching, like in the middle of all of that. You're dreaming bigger dreams and you're right there with them. And you're just as comfortable as you are as that king of forces on earth, being able to master, to manipulate the natural laws, the natural elements around you. Okay? And that's what makes you the emperor. Because you're not just a man, you're not just a woman. You understand that. You are a child of the universe. You are the oracle. Not just an oracle that feels, an oracle that understands, not just with your mind, not just with emotions, but with your mind's mind, with your crown chakra that extends way up there to the divine. How powerful are your Pisces? Clearly, there is more than going on than meets the eyes. If anyone is confused about that, they have a real awakening coming to them. All right, Pisces, this is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Spirit, what additional message do you have for Pisces friends? My throat started to tickle, and do you know what came through my mind? Was the first thought that comes into existence in my being. Am I saying too much? So here you go, Pisces. Did I just say too much? It wasn't you need to communicate this. There needs to be communication. That's how it came to me. It came to, am I saying too much? Pisces, this is not about me. This is about you. What is the additional message? Spirit, can you communicate to our Pisces friends? There we go. The crumbling. Oh my goodness. And at the bottom of the deck, you're already doing it. So if you had a question, Pisces, am I doing it? Do I know what I'm doing? Am I mastering the universe? How do I know to manipulate the forces? Spirit is telling you. Some of you, that's what you're thinking. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Keep facing your true north. And when I saw that Ace of Swords, that's what I felt. You're very, stand in your truth, stand in your clarity. You know more than you realize that you know, and perhaps you realize that you know it. Stop being conflicted mentally about it. You're already doing it. The card that pulled out for you here is the crumbling. What are you clinging onto? What are you clinging onto? Okay, and let's remember here, the beginning of the year has been there's been some major shift happening for us, and Spirit is really want to opening us up to that new to a new portal. They're like, we're being pushed and shoved towards a new vortex here, a new dimension here, and that's all of us as a collective. That was very clear, especially beginning of March. And after those 2 full moons in Libra, there was a sense of like for us to find to stand on the ground. It's almost like 1 full moon in Libra of releasing, of finding our bearing wasn't enough. We needed 2 because there was so much to clear out of the way. Okay, and now it's time for action, for us to start stepping into that new destiny, that new calling, that spirit that the divine have for us. And it seems like for you, Pisces, you're still of 2 minds, you're still conflicted, and spirit is asking you, what are you clinging on to? Ask yourself that question, Pisces. What are you clinging on to? You are the Emperor. You are the Hierophant. You are the Master of the Forces. You are. Stand in your truth. You know. You already know. You already know. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. That's literally what this card says. So Pisces, I hope this reading resonates with you and you can get some guidance or message from it, okay? And come back at mid-month for our next step of reading. Thank you so much for your support. And remember, love is indeed the only answer. I appreciate you so much, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.